Notices, communications, and petitions. There are none this evening. Unfinished business. None. Introduction of visitors. Would anybody like to speak to council? Eric?
Thank you, Mr. President. Erica Graffine representing the Auditor's Office. I have two reminders tonight. The first is that dog tags have to be renewed by the 31st of January at $12. If dog owners miss the deadline, it doubles to $24. And the second item is first half real estate taxes will be mailed out in the next several days. The tentative due date is February 10th. And for City of Medina residents, they went down a few dollars a half. That's all I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Introduction and consideration of ordinances and resolutions. We have Ordinance 1-12, an ordinance amending Ordinance Number 165-09 passed October 26, 2009, a coordination agreement with the Ohio Historic Preservation Office for the administration of programs using HUD-allocated funds.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. President, I can just note for council, this is an ongoing agreement that we've had for several years. By the city receiving HUD funds through our CDBG programs, we are required to have this agreement with the State Preservation Office. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hannon. Any further discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Shields?
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes.
Berdauer?
Yes.
Coin?
Yes.
Colasar?
Yes.
Lamb?
Yes.
Rose?
Yes.
Ordinance 1-12 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 2-12, an ordinance amending Section 3102 of the Salaries and Benefits Code of the City of Medina, Ohio, relative to the Economic Development Part-Time Intern.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Shields.
the emergency clause has been requested, and I move to add that at this time.
Second with emergency clause.
Thank you. Any discussion at an emergency clause? Any discussion on the ordinance at the same time? I guess this is just a modification, Ms. Rice, of the...
Yes, currently the Economic Development Department has an intern position on record, and we would like to go ahead and utilize that position at this time. I think all of you are familiar, with the exception of Councilman Lamb, that we were trying to fill this using a contract through Cleveland State that fell through, and so now we want to go ahead and utilize this position. We're not increasing wages, but we are increasing the hours from 192 to 660, basically having that person work 30 hours a week for 22 weeks. And we are requesting the emergency clause because we have identified a new candidate and we want to hire him before he gets snatched up by somebody else. That's it.
Thank you. Any discussion regarding the emergency clause? Will clerk please call the roll on the emergency clause?
Coin?
Yes.
Colasar?
Yes.
Lamb?
Yes.
Rose?
Yes.
Shields?
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes.
Berdauer?
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Any further discussion on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the ordinance?
Simpson?
Yes.
Berdauer?
Yes.
Coin?
Yes.
Colasar?
Yes.
Lamb?
Yes.
Rose?
Yes.
Shields?
Yes.
Ordinance 2-12 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 3-12, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to reduce the annual access fees for the Medina City Railway for the years 2012 and 2013.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Durham?
Thank you, Mr. President. The Rail Commission met, and there's sufficient funds built up in here, and based on the grants that Mr. Patton's department was able to attain, we are able to reduce this fee for the time being. If you'll note in the ordinance, there is a sunset clause on this, so it will revert to its former rate after 3 years if there's no further action.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Berdauer?
Yes.
Coin?
Yes.
Colasar?
Yes.
Lamb?
Yes.
Rose?
Yes.
Shields?
Yes.
Simpson?
Yes.
Ordinance 3-12 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 4-12, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute preliminary legislation with the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, for the resurfacing of a portion of State Route 3.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Shields.
the emergency clause has been requested, and I move to add that at this time.
Second with emergency clause.
Is there any discussion on the emergency clause or the ordinance? Mr. Patton?
Thank you. This was submitted to us by ODOT. The reason for the emergency clause is they requested that we return these materials in January. In order to do that, we have to pass those with the emergency clause this evening. This is an agreement, a statewide agreement, where municipalities, through ODOT's urban paving program, pay for 20% of the cost to resurface state routes through the municipality. ODOT is planning a resurfacing of State Route 3 from Granger Road to Ledge Road. Next year, approximately 200 foot of that stretch is within the city, so we're required to pay 20% for that 200 foot of pavement.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion on the emergency clause? Will the clerk please call the roll on the emergency clause?
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Verdell Ware.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Any further discussion on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the ordinance?
Coin.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Verdell Ware.
Yes.
Ordinance 4-12 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 5-12, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Medina and the Medina County Fair Housing Consortium for the Fair Housing Services Program.
Move to approve.
Second?
Any discussion? Mayor?
I think Mr. Hannon has the information on this, sir.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hannon.
Thank you. This is related to the city's 2-year CHIP grant program, which runs until September 2013. As part of that grant award, we are required to provide fair housing services, and we will be contracting with Medina County Fair Housing to provide those services to the community. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Mr. Hannon, will the date be changed to September 30th from September 31st?
Okay. We'll make that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll on the ordinance?
Colasar.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Verdell Ware.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Ordinance 5-12 passes 7-0.
Resolution 6-12, a resolution requesting the county auditor to make tax advances during the year 2012 pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 3121-34.
Move to approve.
Second?
Any discussion? Mr. Durham?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is something we pass every year. We have to formally request these advances.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the resolution? Will the clerk please call the roll on the resolution?
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Verdell Ware.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Resolution 6-12 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 7-12, an ordinance amending ordinance number 172-11, passed December 12, 2011, amendments to the 2012 budget.
Move to approve.
Second?
Is there any discussion? Mr. Durham?
Thank you, Mr. President. Most of these are auction proceeds that the various departments have asked to have appropriated. The rest are pass-throughs, reimbursements, grant type of things.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Did we amend this? We have to amend it because we amended it at the finance meeting to take out that one.
Oh, no, I don't think we have to do that because we modified it later on. I don't think we have to make a modification, Mr. Durham, because at the finance committee we changed it there. Thank you. Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll on the ordinance?
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Verdell Ware.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Colasar.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Ordinance 7-12 passes 7-0.
Council comments. I have one comment to start off, and I'll open it up. I just wanted to alert everybody and then give everybody a kind of a little background on what we're going to be doing this year on council with respect to meetings. I don't believe we're having any additional meetings per se, but we have a schedule, and we try to schedule them early on, that everybody has on their calendars when the meetings will occur. Most of them will occur on Mondays. For example, we are scheduling some tours this year. Monday, January 30th is the first tour we have, and that's going to be at the City Garage. Members of council will go to the City Garage to tour the new addition to our garage, or I guess a new garage, and the other facilities with respect to the service department. We also are going to visit the parks and cemeteries, which is going to happen in June. June 19th scheduled thus far. And we're also going to do the municipal court and the police department in August of this year. We have a few joint meetings scheduled this year with the Planning Commission, which is scheduled for Tuesday, February 21st of this year. We're going to also have a joint meeting with the county commissioners in March, a joint meeting with the townships in November, and a joint meeting with the school board in December. Now, we may increase another meeting with the school board as need be, and with the townships, depending on how the year goes. I think they opened up some communication last year, and we want to keep the communication opened up to find better ways and additional ways to do some more collaboration amongst those various entities. We also have scheduled this year, which is new, some ward meetings. We discussed this back in the summer a little bit about council as a whole having ward meetings. Now, additional council members are having separate meetings with the wards. Mr. Lambs is scheduling several meetings with the various wards individually to meet with them. These ward meetings are with council as a whole, meaning all 7 of us will attend these meetings. There's other meetings that Mr. Colzar had in years past with his Ward 3 council members and representatives. Like I said, this is a little different. This is a council of the whole, give an opportunity for the residents, in addition to meeting with the specific council members, to meet the council as a whole, ask questions, and I'm going to discuss it with the administration if there's any kind of updates we should be giving as a general matter with respect to projects being completed or going to be commenced within each particular ward. The first ward meeting is going to be Ward 1, and we're going to meet at Fire Station Number 1. That is on February 6th, and I believe that's at 7 p.m. To allow the members of Ward 1 the opportunity to get to the meeting by 7 o'clock. And then, of course, we're going to do it in succession. Ward 2 will be in March, Ward 3 will be in April, Ward 4 will be in May, and then we'll start up again with Ward 1 in September, and then 2 October, 3 November, and then Ward 4 in December. Now, these meetings will generally be held at the fire stations to give an opportunity for council to visit each of the fire stations, maybe get a little update from the chief about each fire station, and in conjunction with that, have a ward meeting for each particular ward. We've also tried to schedule the budget hearing. We love budgets. We scheduled the budget hearings early. I think the first one is tentatively scheduled for April 12th of 2012, and then we'll go through the process upon the information received from our finance director, Mr. Durham, and discuss the budgets, and then discuss which each department had, their view, and with the mayor and the processes related to each department. That's kind of a thumbnail sketch of what we're going to do on council, or what I hope to accomplish on council. Like I said, there's other council representatives that are going to be holding meetings, and there'll be plenty of opportunity for the residents to give their input, and we encourage all the residents to attend at least the budget meetings, because those are exciting. We have a lot of fun at those. But I just wanted to give a little thumbnail sketch. Is there any other council comments?
Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. Simpson.
First, I'd like to congratulate you on your new position. It is going to be fun. I know that and expected that. Congratulate Mr. Shields and Mr. Lamb. Lastly, I'd just like to say, since my new seating assignment, I feel like a thorn between two roses here. Thank you.
Why do that? You used to have a rose right next to you.
I know, but only on one side. Only on one side. Yeah.
Thank you, and I welcome everybody else on council. I think like I mentioned before in the organizational meeting, I think we have a good team here. We'll get some good input and keep moving the city in a direction I think we all believe it should be moved in and follow the strategic plan. Is there any other council comments? Hearing none, the meeting's adjourned. Thank you.